So I guess it's time. So I think I'll start the this final set. Thank you all for participating in this event today. The theme we are going to talk about is COVID-19, which is now globally spreading. There were 2 sessions which explained about online medics and education. In those sessions, we welcomed experts about those themes. But in this session, we called 2 people from Japan and China as a citizen living there. So in this session, our purpose is not to know the accurate fact, but it is to know the fact from the perspective of the people who is now experiencing it. So before we start the discussion, I want everyone to briefly introduce yourself. Can you please introduce yourself from Kokoro, please?
Hello everyone. I'm Kokoro Yusumi. I'm first grade university student. My university is Keio University, and my faculty is environment and influence. I went to Beijing through the DotSTATION Summer Camp 2018, and since that I started to interested in not only IT and technology but also Chinese culture and Chinese advanced technology. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your introduction. Nice to meet you, Kokoro. So please, next, please introduce yourself, Karen, please.
Okay, hi, I'm Karen, Karen Matsumoto. I graduated from college in the United States in 2017, and I'm currently working for a Japanese chemical company in Tokyo. It's my 3rd year working there right now. Yeah, I think that's much it.
Okay, nice to meet you, Karen. And so thank you for your introduction. And so next, let's hear the introduction from Jinhui, please.
Hello, everyone. And my name is Ang Jinhui. And I was born in Guangping, Shenzhen, and now I am a junior high school student. And I'm 15 years old now.
Okay.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you for introduction. So last, let's hear from TZ. Please introduce yourself, please.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Zhang Tianzhi. Just call me Tianzhi or TZ. And it's my great honor to attend this meeting to share with my experience in Wuhan. And I'm a master degree candidate now in Peking University, School of International Studies, and also double degree in Tokyo. And I grew up in Wuhan. So it was my winter vacation when the COVID-19 started in Wuhan. And okay, that's all.
Okay, nice to meet you, TZ. So now, what I heard all the introduction. So now I think we'll proceed to the discussion. First, I want to ask TZ from Wuhan about the current situation. So firstly, when did you first receive the warning to stay at home?
Okay, and in fact, our awareness to this pandemic was built step by step. At the very beginning, perhaps no one paid attention to it, including me. When the situation gets worse, everyone suddenly knows it and didn't dare to go out. So perhaps there is no one of us don't go outside. I clearly remember my family's plan to celebrate Chinese New Year in restaurant on January 23rd. Just the day when Wuhan locked down. Nobody tell us you should not dine out anymore. But everyone then chose not to go outside. But then why people know we should not go out? I think perhaps the internet and the teenagers play the important role, such as Weibo, WeChat. In fact, most of teenagers at the time when it outbreak And then those teenagers started to warn, even force their families to stay at home. I think every friend of mine, including myself, we all have experience to talk into our parents and grandparents not to go outside. So to conclude, the internet and the family structure of Chinese society, I think, played the most important role at the outbreak period of COVID-19, I think.
I see. So so I think there wasn't an accurate place where will stop getting out from your home. So next, I want to ask the current situation comparing from the first. How is your situation comparing from the first, like in the street or something like that? TZ.
Okay. No doubt, Wuhan is getting better. Some people even play joke that perhaps Wuhan is the safest city in China, because people, we all get used to the toughest restriction, and perhaps we already get antibody. And as you may notice, there are still 20 cases, non-symptom infections being reported every day recently, right? Also, our life is also get peace recently. We needn't to worry about food, mask. We also could take a walk nearby and go shopping sometimes. So I think everything is getting better, much more better from the very beginning, I think. Yeah.
I see. Can I ask more specifically about the utilities you need, like such as transportations, logistics, shopping, or even medics, anything? Can you speak about the situation of utilities more specifically, please?
Okay. I think all of these infrastructures you said are recovering, I think. Transportation like subway, bus, train, or something like that is already recovered. If you show your healthy QR code and register your information, you could use it as before. But to be honest, passengers are much less compared with before, I think.
I see.
And for logistics, in fact, it's never been shut down from the very beginning to now, because during the tough time, masks, food, water, vegetable, or alcohol, everything is transported by logistics, such as EMS, and those companies in China, they are very, very efficient, right? And for shopping, just today, I went shopping in a mall nearby, near my home. Just as the transportation, we all should show our QR code to prove we didn't meet with those infectors. And the government also provide consumer coupon, shopping, to stimulate consumptions. Yeah, just to stimulate we to buy something. Yeah, stimulate the economy.
I see.
And for and for education, right? For education, just as you may discussed before, we could use the app to the app to take courses offered by our school. As I know from the primary school to university, basically all the students who stayed at home have the access to the internet education. But to be honest, some poor people do not have did not have the mobile phone or the PCs to enjoy internet education, especially for those who are in countryside, and some news talk about it. And for medics, when it was that time, most of hospitals only opened to those who infected COVID-19. But now hospitals also resume as usual, I think. Yeah, so infrastructure is resuming, I think.
I see. Okay, so you told us about the infrastructures regarding the damage of COVID-19, and also I think you shared us about what changed from COVID-19, and I think that was the technological things that changed a lot. So next, I want to ask Jinhui about what's your situation in Shenzhen, and also like you can add information to a TZ, or you can also explain an original situation happening in Shenzhen. So please, can you share us, Jinhui?
Okay, thank you. What I want to add is in Wuhan, there was 2 hospitals was built in a short time, Huoshenshan Hospital and Leishenshan Hospital. And when the epidemic was outbreak, then in a short time, the 2 hospital was built up, and we are all the people all around China is focused on this matter. And in Shenzhen is southern China and has experienced 2003 the SARS epidemic. So as for me or my parents, when the outbreak in Wuhan, and it's SARS and COVID-19 are both coronavirus, so we are very scared of that. And
also, do you have any situations that seems original in Shenzhen? Or if you don't have it, of course, okay. But if you have any,
original,
like unique,
near to Hong Kong, and Shenzhen has strict limited between Shenzhen and Hong Kong. Shenzhen is not like Wuhan. Shenzhen should prevent the foreigners to go back to Shenzhen and cause actions.
I see. Thank you.
Not very good. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your experience. Or is there still anything you want to share us? If not, I'll proceed to the next. But if you have anything to share, you can think about your situation. But if it's fine, we'll go to the next. Is it fine?
I shared that yesterday I got PCR tested. And our school, because the Shenzhen students is soon going to go back to school. The day after tomorrow, I'm go back to school, and just yesterday, all the Shenzhen grade 9 students go back to their school and take PCR testing, and there are about 8,000 students in Shenzhen in grade 9, and just yesterday, the whole school students take PCR testing.
I see. Keep going.
Uncomfortable to take PCR testing. The doctor put a stick deep in the mouth, and it's uncomfortable. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you for your sharing your experience. So next, I want to ask both both to the Japan side about your situation. So, both, which of you do you want to say the first share the situation? Which of you want to share the situation? So okay, first, Karen, can you please share your situation there?
Yeah, sure. So I guess for me, after I guess it was the start of April. That's when my company decided that we'll try to do everything. So since April, I've been working from home every day with my laptop that was given by my company. And I still don't know when we're going back to our office yet. I think for now we're thinking after our long holiday, Golden Week, we'll be back in office, but we might have to extend that depending on what the government decides with the state of emergency.
Okay. So Kokoro, do you have any addition to this information? If not, we'll go to the next. But if you have any addition, please.
Okay, for
Sure.
me. And so university decided to switch all classes to online, like it was, I think, the first beginning of April. And then right now, university announced that the online courses would be till, what is it, June 30 or something, but we're not sure, like the university might extend that date also. And also, and my university gonna start next week, but we have not tested the online classes yet, so I'm kind of worried about it. And yeah, and for me, right now I'm wondering about is that I went to supermarket yesterday. So many people there. So I think Japanese people think if it's local place, like near neighborhood, we can go outside like that. So that's why in local place they go outside, and then there's so many places people gathered and crowded. So I think that's a problem, really big problem right now, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your experience. So in Japan, we receive accurate information and efficient strategy about COVID-19. I think a little bit because we hear many things about 3Cs or to wash our hands. But this is because we could get information from the place which experienced the spreading before us. As you all know, Wuhan was where COVID-19 started. So I want to ask TZ, how was it when it all started? Like, maybe it might be, maybe you might say it again, but I want to ask, without knowing any information, like how did citizens or government react, or maybe without information, how a strategy to get along with COVID-19 was made, or yeah, something about that. Can you share your information, TZ?
Okay. And you mean the strategy for us to live along with the COVID-19 in a long time, right?
Oh, and also like your first, also the first reading of without any information, like what kind of things did you felt or something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Perhaps when I know the lockdown of the Wuhan, it's really astonished. I think it was when about 2 o'clock, because at that time that period of time, I'm really nervous about the COVID-19, and I just usually to search as much information as I could to know what disease it is. And when it was about 2 o'clock, I know Wuhan lockdown. So I then wake up my parents and told them to perhaps we have to choose whether to stay in Wuhan or to go somewhere more safer. So then I think I just to make preparation to live along with COVID-19, because we didn't stay at Wuhan because my grandparents they can't leave Wuhan then. So when the morning come, I and my parent go to the supermarket to buy the rice, buy noodle, buy oil or eggs to make ourselves to stay at home as long as possible. Include vegetables or something like that, because at then we don't know what will happen if a city have such big popularity to lock down, and even some terrible thing. I think it could appear. I think so. At that time, I am really nervous. But for now, things are getting better, and I just to stay at home and enjoy the boring time. I think at home is just okay. And for your question, how should we live along with COVID-19 in a long time? I think perhaps,
sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Because the connection is somehow a little bit bad, I think. I think, as you may discuss, the internet education is really important because students don't have many burdens to do in their homes. So how to fill up their time in homes, I think is really important. I think.
I see. Thank you. So yeah, thank you for sharing your information. And so now I think we heard a lot from the Chinese side and Japan side about their situation. So now I want to ask you all about the difference before COVID-19 and now. So, well, what do you feel positive about the things that COVID-19 changed? Like, for example, like online education or something like that. So you can say, you can talk freely. So if you have any opinion of what you feel positive about the COVID-19 change, you can feel free to say your opinion.
I guess for me, because I work for a pretty big company in Japan. It was never working from home was never an option. No one thought that that's like an option for us. But once the government stated the state of emergency, it was actually possible because we actually did have a laptop. And it is true that not everyone gets to work from home. Some still needs to go to the office to get like a certain access to certain data. But majority of them now works from home. And I think that was never possible unless we had this COVID-19 thing coming up. The Olympic, we did think about working from home because of the Olympic that was, but my company didn't really work hard enough to get everyone a laptop that we can bring back home with. So I think the way we're gonna be the way we're gonna work is probably gonna change even after the COVID-19 like disappeared. So I think that's a really positive effect that we had in Japan.
I see, I see. Maybe COVID-19 seemed like a dark side that made everything bad, but maybe it speeded up every
Yeah.
those system, I guess.
Yeah.
So Kokoro, do you have anything you thought was positive about 19 changed in your life? Oh, your mic is off, so if you could turn on your
Sorry.
mic.
Sorry. I don't feel like so many positive sides of COVID-19, but because of that, because of COVID-19, I think university starts get more serious about the online courses, and it's really positive things to develop own technology. I think that's positive side. And also what I felt about it, about the COVID-19 is that I saw many complaining about like Japanese government on social network like Twitter, and then someone said like even the young generation don't mention or don't like have no interest on Japanese government, usually they complain about Japanese government like when Japanese government did wrong thing or bad thing. So I think this COVID-19 changed younger generation's mind. I think like it could be a reason for younger generation to take serious about the Japanese government. Yeah,
I agree on
I
that.
think that's a good
That's a really positive fact.
I see.
Opportunity to think, to change younger generation's mind, I think. Yeah, but as a student, I don't really feel positive side of COVID-19. I feel more negative about the COVID-19. Yeah.
I see. So also you have the opinion to close to Karen in one of the first opinion, like those COVID-19 spreading in the to all the society. These system is getting faster and faster to diffuse in the society. And also you said that in the situation people might die, people people change their mindset to the government. And also I heard that you still feel knowing those positive side, you still feel negative about COVID-19, right? I see, I see. So next, TZ, from Wuhan. Do you have any? Do you feel anything positive about this change, or anything is okay? But how about something about convenience, or yeah, if you have any opinion.
Yeah, that's the positive point. I think in our how to say in this pandemic, I think is that I think that the society, the power of Chinese is becoming very very great. I think many people say that China has no society. They just have the power or government. But in this pandemic, I think it is not, because in this period of time, I think no matter volunteers or power from other district, other province, they provide many important things to us, such as masks, alcohol, foods, or or even doctors. So I think the society is really great for now, because as before, we often organized by government, but I think the societies, people help people. So I think it's really a positive point, I think.
Oh, so you mean many roles you citizens have to play, not not ordered by the government. So you say the things were more democratic than the beginning, right?
And not just this, government play very important role, I think. But the positive point is that society become more positive, positive, yeah. People play important role as little societies, as little actors to help as much as they could, just as volunteers or something like that. They are nobody, but they drive their own car to deliver some important goods to hospital or to patient, or to deliver the patient from their home to their hospitals, even if it's really dangerous. So I think the small actors, the small artists, the small people in societies, they play an important role. This is my thought, and I don't know. Am I clear?
Yes. I understand very clearly. Sorry, I mislead it a little bit, but I want to ask if you have any adding information about like the technologies which made your life efficient, like such as you said QR codes and this kind of thing. Do you have any opinion? Do you feel those technologies made your life efficient?
Because as you know, perhaps in the old time, and if you want to track a patient who get infected to some pandemic, it's really difficult, right? But for now, we can use the QR code, because everyone who entry somewhere, maybe a shopping mall or a school or a bus, they have to screen the QR code and provide their information. And if later some people in this bus they are infected, then we can find out who are then with this patient, very regularly, right? So I think this is maybe a development during the COVID-19 from the aspect of technology. Yeah, I think.
Okay, so please go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So later, if we face COVID-19 or COVID-13 of COVID-30 or something like that, then we can track the patient very fast, right? So perhaps the damage to society, to the state, will get done, I think.
Okay. So the evolution of taking live logs saved you a lot in this situation, I think.
Yeah.
So like I'm now we heard a lot of positive part of the COVID-19. I want to talk about the final discussion. So it is said that only less than 1% can achieve naturally have antibody to COVID-19, and only 1/3 of people achieve antibody against COVID-19 after having it. So, and also according to one research, it is predicted to take more than 1.5 year before we could make vaccines. From these facts, it is clear that we should coexist with COVID-19. So finally, I want to ask all of you, what do you think is necessary for you or your society to live along with COVID-19? So, okay, so from Karen, can I hear what do you think is necessary to the society or yourself to coexist with COVID-19?
Okay. For me, I think it's I think like the mental support would be really necessary in this cases, because we're not allowed to go out, meet people, and that can really cause isolation. So I feel like in order to coexist with COVID-19, either the society or the government should figure out a way where we can feel connected, and have like a really healthy mental state, even under having a COVID-19.
Oh, I see. So you think isolation is a big issue of COVID-19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. So Kokoro, can you share your opinion about what do you think is necessary?
For now, I think for our generation, like young generation, we should think carefully about like future, like close future, like a year year next year or something like that, because and like we're the one who build the future and who support the future. So I think like this event, we need to discuss and think carefully. And for me, I'm interested in IT and like studying about technology. So I think technology should get closer to Japanese society more. I think and because through this COVID-19, I felt how Japan did not advanced with had advanced with technology. So I think we should make the society close, which is really close to technology, like China. Yeah.
I see. So you think the youth should play a bigger role, and also like the technology might help our issue that is caused by COVID-19, right?
Yeah, as listening Chinese side opinions and all, I think Japan has issue about like technology stuff. I think we can be more advanced about technology, I think.
I see. So TZ, do you have anything about the same question? Do you have any opinion to the same question?
Sorry, would you please repeat your question again?
Of course. So I think we should coexist with COVID-19. And what do you think is necessary for the society or yourself to live along with COVID-19 was my question.
Yeah. In fact, I think maybe just as she said, isolation is the obstacle we have to face. Yeah. Just as we talked before, right? We teenagers stay at home for such a long time. I think it's really tough. I think so. I think perhaps some internet giant, if they provide more video game or more apps that we can find the meaning in these apps. I think it's really important. I think so live a long time with COVID-19. I think mental health is another big task for us.
I see. So
I think
you're also taking isolation as a big issue that is caused by COVID-19. So finally, can I ask any if you have any opinion, Jinhui?
Yeah, as the old saying goes, union is strength. And like me, the teenagers like me, all stay at home and follow the rules, not going around. I think it's a big lesson for everyone. We know to respect the life and know the value of life, and pay more attention to the relationships, and that's all I want to say. Thank you.
I see. So you think the value of ourselves might change through COVID-19, right? So thank you. Thank you. So we might feel sense of loss about the days before 19, and we might try to replicate our past. But why don't we start it all over is my opinion. So we're now struck by a big wave of a change caused by COVID-19. So let's not hold on to the past too much. And hearing this conversation, I thought we should make things that fits the society which coexists with COVID-19. So with this word, I want to close this discussion. Thank you everyone for competing today. Thank you everyone for joining this event today. So if you don't have any things to say, I'll finish this discussion. So do you have anything to say? It seems fine. So thank you very much for joining the event today. Thank you for sharing the very precious experience you have. So thank you everyone for joining the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Great,
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
あ皆さん、お聞きいただきありがとうございました。今、少々ですね、QR コードの提示に今、ちょっと準備をしておりますので、もう少々お待ちください。以上でですね、本日の、3セッションを終了となります。でですね、説明もしていいですかね。はい、こちらに、最後、アンケートのご記入をお願いします。でですね、1点、このアンケートの中について注意事項なんですけれども、5段階でちょっと評価をするところがあるんですけれども、これが1が最高評価で5が最低評価になっているっていうのがあるので、ちょっとそこのところ気をつけて回答していただければと思います。申し訳ありません。運営の方、他に何か付け足すこととかいうことがあれば、ちょっとそっか。では橋本さん、ちょっとお願いします。
本日はオンラインイベントに参加していただきありがとうございました。今回はオンライン診療、オンライン教育、行動変容をテーマに日中の相互理解を深めることができたと思います。このような状況下の中で不安や焦りなどの中からバイアスも簡単に生まれやすくなってしまうと思いますが、このような時だからこそお互いを偏見のない目で見て理解していくことで新たな課題の発見や解決につながっていくと思います。DotSTATIONでは今年度はサマープログラムは開催できませんが、オンラインイベント等を通して日中の相互理解が深められるような活動を進めて いく予定です。今後もよろしくお願いいたします。